Hi everyone, I'm Jacqui and welcome back to day 2 of my 7-day summer tone up challenge. Today we're targeting all areas of our abdominals in order to build a really strong core, and that's going to help us in our yoga practice in those stability and strength poses or in more traditional gym workouts. And it also supports our lower back if we have lower back pain, and also helps us to stand up taller with better posture. Please head on over to Instagram and connect with me at Jacqui Noel Yoga and hashtag summer tone up so I can follow along with your practice. And make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you can be notified whenever a new video is released. All right, I hope you're ready to feel that burn in your core. Let's head on over to the mat and we'll get started. Let's come to our Virasana or hero pose, and let's just close down our eyes for a moment and arrive on our mat. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose. Release any tension out your mouth. One more time, deep breath in through your nose. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you out of your mouth. And come back to your regular breathing. Take a moment here. Bring your awareness to where you are on your mat today. Let all the other distractions of the day, all the distractions outside of your mat, just fade into the distance. And I'd like you to repeat in your mind after me today's affirmation. I believe I can, I am strong. I believe I can, I am strong. And really repeat this with conviction. Really say it like you believe it. The first part to manifesting in your life is to believe it. I believe I can, I am strong. And I want you to keep this affirmation in your mind as we go through our flow today. And even when there's something a little bit tricky or hard, or you have thoughts that you can't do it, just believe that you can. You are strong. Let's slowly open our eyes. And let's start off with bring our arms into cactus, breathing in, open up the chest. And breathing out, we can drop the arms down, roll the shoulders back, and then roll them down, bring the head down. Breathing in, reaching the arms up again, open up the chest, lift your gaze towards the sky. And breathing out, dropping the hands down, rolling the shoulders forward, dropping the head. One more time. Breathing in, opening up through the arms and the chest. And breathing out, dropping the hands down, rolling the shoulders down, dropping the head. And we'll make our way to all fours, bringing the wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath hips. Take a breath in, come into your cow pose, arching through the spine. Take your gaze forward. Reach your tailbone up to the sky. And breathing out, round down through the spine. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Scoop your belly in. Press your shoulder blades up to the sky. Breathing in, coming forward again. And breathing out, round through the spine. Continue for a couple more breaths in your own time. Really articulating each movement as you open up and as you round down. One more time. Breathing in to come forward. And breathing out. Rounding through the spine. On your next breath in, let's come back to a neutral spine. Take your gaze towards the top of your mat so your neck is still nice and long. And we'll come into a few shoulder push-ups. And let's just start with dropping the shoulders all the way down. Let them sink down into your arms and towards the mat. And then pressing your hands into the mat, keeping your body where it is, See if you can push your shoulder blades up to the ceiling. Push them as far up to the ceiling as you can, and then drop them back down. Do a few of these in your own time, just finding that range of movement in your shoulders. This pressing of the hands into the mat, pressing of the shoulder blades up to the sky, is going to help us in all our plank poses today. So just a couple more, finding that full range of motion for your body. And then let's press the hands into the mat, press the shoulder blades up to the sky. This is the position that we want to keep when we're in our plank pose. So let's come into our first plank then. Let's straighten out one leg and then the other. Press the hands into the mat. Keep that same position in your arms and your shoulders. Engage the core. And then lower the knees down to the mat. Keep the toes tucked. And then pressing the knees up again. Keep that same position in your arms. Keep lengthening through your neck and lower down. Let's do 3 more. Lift up through your knees. Engage the core. Press your shoulder blades up to the sky and lower down. 2 more. Pressing the knees off the mat. Press the hands into the mat. Engage the core. Lower down. 1 more time. Lift the knees up off the mat. And then lower it back down. Let's come into a child's pose. Keep the knees together. And bring the hips to the heels of the feet. Drop the head down to the mat. Reach the fingertips away from your body. Get a nice stretch through the sides of the body and through the spine. Maybe you want to take a slight rock from side to side. And then let's come forward again. Tuck the toes and we'll come into our first downward facing dog. Reach your hips up to the sky. Take a moment here. Do whatever you need just to open up through your body. Maybe it's pedaling out the feet. Maybe dropping the hips from side to side. Just doing whatever feels good for your body in this very moment. And then let's come to stillness on the next breath. Press the hands and feet into the mat. Lift the tailbone up to the sky. Take your gaze towards your navel. Bend your knees slightly if you need to lengthen out your back. And then bend through the knees. Look towards your hands. Take small steps of the feet all the way up to your hands. The feet come to hip width distance apart. Let's bring the hands behind the back to interlace the fingers. Straighten the arms and let the arms fall down towards the mat. Your knees can be nice and soft here. Maybe you take a gentle bounce up and down, letting your head become nice and soft. Maybe you're nodding and shaking it just to check that it's nice and loose. And then let's release the hands down to the mat. Bend through the knees and let's roll up through the spine. Take all the time you need. Let your head, arms, and shoulders hang until the very last moment when you reach the top. And when we reach the top, let's step the big toes together, heels slightly apart. We'll take a few sun salutations. Breathing in, reach the arms up to the sky. Breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in, lift up halfway to your flat back. Breathing out, step the right foot back and then the left, coming back into your high plank position. Remember to press the hands into the mat, press the shoulder blades up to the sky. Let's lower down through the knees. Bring the chest and chin down to the mat, keeping the elbows close to the body. Breathing in, come into your baby cobra. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Lift up through the head and the shoulders. And breathing out, press it back to downward facing dog. Take one breath here. And then lower the knees down to the mat, untuck the toes. Let's extend the right leg out behind us off the mat. The foot is flexed and hips are pointing down to the mat. If you check back, just make sure also your toes are pointing down to the mat. And then extend the left arm off the mat. Yes, engage through the core to help you balance. Breathing out, let's bring the knee and elbow to touch underneath the body. Really curl up through the spine. Breathing in, extend it nice and long. Breathing out, bring the knee and elbow to touch underneath the body. Breathing in, extending it nice and long. One more time. Breathing out, knee and elbow touch. Breathing in, extend. And then lower the hand and the knee back down on the mat. Tuck the toes, come back to your downward facing dog. Take one breath here. And then bend down through the knees. Look towards the top of your mat. Step your feet in between your hands. Breathing in to lift up, halfway flat back. Breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in, reach the arms back up to the sky. Breathing out, hands come down to your heart center. And we'll do that one more time. Breathing in, reach the arms up high, lengthen through the spine. Breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in, lift up halfway, flat back. Breathing out, step the left foot back this time, and then the right back into your high plank. Engage the core, press the hands into the mat. Let's lower the knees again. Chest and chin comes back down to the mat, keeping the elbows in. Breathing in. This time, let's come to our cobra pose. Untuck the toes, press the hands into the mat, and lift up through the chest. The hips are still in contact with the mat. And then breathing out, let's come back down. Push back to your downward facing dog. And take one breath. And then let's lower the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes. This time, extending the left leg out behind us. Foot is flexed, toes and hips are pointing down to the mat. Extend the right arm, engage to the core. Breathing out, bring the knee and elbow to touch underneath the body. Really scoop up through to the core. Breathing in, extend. Breathing out, knee and elbow touch. Breathing in, extend. One more time. Breathing out, knee and elbow touch. Really scoop up that belly. Breathing in, extend. And then lower back down the knee and the hand. Tuck the toes. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths here this time. Press the hands and feet into the mat. Find your breath. On the next breath in, let's bring the right knee into the chest. Shift the weight forward over your arms. Really scoop up that belly and bring that knee as close to your body as you can. And then we'll place the right foot where the right hand is. So we're lifting up with the right hand. Place the foot where the hand is nice and soft. And then sweep the right arm back all the way up and forward, making a big circle. And then place the right hand back where the right foot is and step back into your downward facing dog. And then we'll come to the other side. Left knee into the chest. Really lift it up. Push the shoulder blades up to the sky like we did in the shoulder push-ups. Place the left foot where the left hand is. Circle the left arm back, making a big circle. And breathe out. Hand comes back down where the left foot is. Step back into your downward facing dog. See if you can really move with control. We'll do this a couple more times. Knee comes into the chest. Place the foot where the hand is. Make the arm circle. And really feel like you're moving like a cat almost. So they're so gentle, soft, and graceful when they come to land after jumping. So I want you to have that same feeling when you place your foot down and place your hand down. One last time, circle the arm. Hand comes back down. And back into your downward facing dog. Take one breath here. And on the next breath, let's bring the right knee into the chest. Shift your weight forward again into your plank pose. See how high you can bring that knee into your chest. And push it back, downward facing dog. Foot comes down. This time, left knee comes in the chest. Shift forward. And then back. We'll do 10 of these in total. So coming into number 9. And back. That's 10 on each side in total. 8. Shifting forward and then back, moving a little bit faster now. 7. Keep scooping up that belly. 6. You can do this. 5. We're halfway there. Keep scooping up that belly. 4. Pressing the hands into the mat. Keeping the shoulders pressed up to the sky. 3. Last 2. You're almost there. You can do this. Keep nice and strong in the core. Last 1. And then come back to your downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Find your breath again. If you need to, come down to your child's pose for a little bit more of a rest. Otherwise, let's stay in our downward facing dog. Just find your breath again. Find your center. And on the next breath, if you're in your child's pose, let's come back to your downward facing dog. And whenever you're ready, let's bring the left knee into the chest. Place the foot in between the hands. Turn the right foot parallel with the short side of the mat, and we'll cartwheel the arms up to our warrior two. Bend down through that left leg and reach the arms to either side of the mat. Keep your ribs in, engage the core. Breathe in, flip the left palm to the sky, keeping your legs where they are. Let's sweep it back, reverse warrior. Right hand comes down to right thigh, left arm sweeps up over top. See if you can bend down a little bit deeper into that left leg. And breathing out, reach the left hand all the way forward. We're keeping that left leg bent. See if you can bring your fingertips down on the inside of the left knee, and then reach the right arm up to the sky. And we're not sinking down into that left hand, but we're still lifting up through the body, engaging through the core to hold us there. And breathing out, right hand comes down. Let's frame the left foot with our hand. Step back into your high plank. Remember, press the hands to the mat. Press the shoulder blades up to the sky. Let's come down into our Chaturanga Dandasana and flow through Vinyasa. In your own time, option to bring your knees down to the mat. Otherwise, keep them up. Keep the elbows close to the body. Breathing in, cobra or upward facing dog. Opening up through the heart. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. And breathing out, downward facing dog. Hold here for one breath. And on the next breath in, let's reach the left leg up to the sky. Keep the foot flexed. Keep the hips pointing down to the mat. And then let's bring the knee into the chest. Shift the weight forward again. Press the shoulder blades up to the sky. And then back, three-legged dog. This time, bring the knee towards your left armpit, shifting the weight forward. And then back, three-legged dog. One more time, knee comes over towards the right armpit this time, crosses over the body, shifting the weight forward, really engage with that core, and then push it back, and then lower the leg. Coming to the other side, next breath in, right leg up to the sky, flex with the foot, keep the toes and the hips pointing down to the mat. Let's bring the knee into the chest, shifting the weight forward. Bring that knee as close to your chest as possible. And breathing in, reach it back. Breathing out, right knee comes to the right armpit, shift your weight forward. And breathing in, leg comes back up. Breathing out, knee crosses over the body towards the left armpit. See how high you can get it close to your armpit. And then breathing in, shift it back. This time, let's bring the right knee into the chest, in the center. Place the foot in between the hands. Turn the left foot parallel with the short side of the mat. Reach the arms up, warrior two on this side. Bend down through that right leg. Stretch the arms to opposite sides of the mat. Take a breath in, flip the right palm to the sky. And breathe out, sweep it back, reverse warrior. Bend down a little bit further in that right leg. Keep the knees over the toes. And then breathing out, reach that right hand all the way up and forward. Fingertips come down to the inside of the right foot. Lift the left arms up to the sky. Nice and light in the fingers, using our core to help us stay up. And breathing out, hands come down to frame the right foot. Step back into your high plank. Knees on or off the mat. Let's flow through our Chaturanga Dandasana. And then cobra or upward facing dog. And breathing out, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. Again, coming down to child's pose if you need to. Just do whatever you need to for your body in this very moment. If you're in child's pose, let's come back up to our downward facing dog. And we'll come into the next core flow. We'll roll through into our high plank. So let's lift through the heels of the feet, coming up onto our tippy toes. And then keeping the head tucked in, we're rolling from the base of the spine all the way until we make our way to our high plank. And then the head comes to look to the top of the mat. And then let's lower down onto our forearm plank. So engaging to the core even more, pressing the forearms into the mat. So we're not sinking down in the shoulders, but still pressing them up, pressing the shoulder blades up to the sky. And let's come over onto our left arm, reach the right arm high. Keep the hips lifting up. If this is too much, that's totally fine. Come down onto your knees, bending the knees, come into this modified position. Otherwise, we're staying in the strong position. And wherever you are, let's bring the right hand underneath the body, twisting slightly, and then reach it back up, breathing in. We're doing 10 in total. You got this. Breathing out, hand comes down, and reaching up. Breathing out. Number 8. Reach the arms back up. 7. 6. Keep pressing the arm into the mat, the feet into the mat, hips up to the sky. Engage through your core. 4. Last 3. You can do this. Keep pressing down. You're so close. Don't give up now. Number 2. Last 1. And reach it back up. Coming back to our forearm plank. If you need to take your pelvis all the way down, let's come down. Otherwise, let's all come to the other side. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Press through the right hand. Again, take the modified position with your knees bent on the mat if you need to. And let's bring that left hand down through the body. Thread it underneath. 10 on this side. And 9. 8. 7. Keep pressing the arm and the feet into the mat. 6. Lift the hips up to the sky wherever you are. 5. 4. Last 3. You can do this. 2. Keep going. You're strong. You know you can do this. 1. And then coming back to our forearm plank and lowering all the way down. Great job, guys. Let's bring the hands into one on top of each other, making a pillow. Drop your forehead down. Just have a nice rest here. Maybe you want to rock your hips from side to side just for a moment. Find your breath, find your center, your balance. We have one more flow to do. You're doing really well. Okay, when you're ready, let's place the hands back underneath the body. Press up into your cobra pose. Breathing in, open up through the chest. Breathing out, bringing the forehead down. Press back into your downward facing dog. Taking a moment here. And then let's bend through the knees, look towards the top of the mat. Step, hop, or jump your feet in between your hands. Breathing in, lift up, halfway flat back. Breathing out to fold forward. Breathing in, reaching the arms all the way back up to the sky. And breathing out, hands come down to your heart center. Take one breath here, maybe with your eyes closed. Maybe taking your gaze gently forward. And let's open up through the eyes and let's come to our last flow. Let's bring the big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Take a breath in, reach the arms up to the sky, sit down in your invisible chair. This is our chair pose. Scoop in through the belly, reach the hands further away from your body. And let's come up onto our tippy toes, keeping the hips nice and level so we're not bouncing up and down. And then lower it back down. With control, coming back up onto the tippy toes, engaging through the core and lower back down. One more time. Breathing in, lift up through the heels of the feet and then lower it back down. And then see if you can, without using your hands, sit all the way down onto the mat. If you need to use your hands, that's totally fine. And then we'll come into a Navasana or boat pose. Reach the legs up high, arms come to either side. Straighten through the legs if you can. Otherwise, keep them nice and bent. My legs are shaking as well. Engage the core. Lift the arms up to the sky and we're lowering into a hollow body hold. So we're coming all the way down. Engage the core. We're not touching the feet and the arms down. Hold it. Engage the core. Squeeze your belly in. And breathe out, lifting back up. Keep the knees bent if you need to. We're doing 4 more. You can do this. You're strong. Reach the arms back, legs lower, and breathing out, coming back up. Breathing in, number 3. Keep those legs nice and strong and active, and the arms is going to help you make them feel lighter. Breathing out, coming back up. Okay, last 2. Breathing in, extend it back, and breathing out, coming back up. Use those core to help you. Last time, breathing in, extend it back, engage the core, hold here. 5, 4, 3. You can do this. 2, 1, and let everything drop down to the mat. Great job, guys. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Find your breath again. And then let's take both knees over towards the right side of the mat. Stretch out the arms in a T shape. Take your gaze over towards your left hand. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat if you can. And just take a moment here. Fully relax your body. You've done a really great job today. And on the next breath, let's bring the knee back into the center of the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock from side to side. And then drop both knees over towards the left side of the mat. Stretch out the arms to either side. Gaze towards the right hand. Keep both shoulders in contact with the mat if you can. Maybe close down your eyes. And just relax everything. Feel that nice twist through your body. And on the next breath in, let's bring the knees back to the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Rock from side to side. And then let's roll all the way over onto our stomachs. And coming into our Sphinx pose. So bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide and hands towards the outside edges of the mat. Press the forearms into the mat like we did in the forearm plank. Release any tension you're holding, maybe in your legs or your glutes. And then open up through the chest, maybe lifting the head up. You should be getting a nice stretch through the front of your body and especially through your abdominal area. We want to stretch that out and lengthen those muscles back out after all those core work we've done. If you want a deeper stretch, you can press your hands into the mat, lift your elbows up, and come into this deeper back bend. So just take whichever variation suits you today. We'll hold here for another 2 breaths. Keep the breath nice and deep all the way into your belly. And breathing out, let's drop it back down. Let's come into our child's pose to finish off. Bringing the knees wide onto the mat. Toes together, drop your hips down towards the heels of your feet. Walk your fingertips forward. Drop your heart and your head down to the mat. Reach your fingertips further away from your body. So we're stretching out through the sides and through the spine. And think about sinking your hips down towards the heels of your feet. And melting your heart down towards the earth. Take a few breaths here to finish off for today. Take those breaths deep into your belly. Expanding your belly as you breathe in. And then drawing your belly back towards your spine as you breathe out. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And 1 last breath. On the next breath in, let's gently lift up our head. Walk the hands back towards the body, coming back up to a seated position. Let's bring our hands to our heart center and close down our eyes. And just take a moment here to notice how you're feeling after today's flow. And I want you to bring back that affirmation that we had at the beginning of class, repeating again in your mind's eye. I believe I can, I am strong. And again, saying this with conviction, really believing it, manifesting this in your life. I believe I can, I am strong. Let's slowly open up through the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're feeling powerful after that flow. Don't forget to come back tomorrow for day 3 of my Summer Tone Up series. And now go out there and conquer the world. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.